to have. And then
the best.
FaZe Red, they are now Enable, Zuma, Slasher, and Hook. Traded eggs to Envy for Zuma.
Yep.
And then obviously had Hook and Slasher and Enable there. So not really too much out of this FaZe lineup. I like this team though. I think this team's going to play very well.
They look very, very talented.
Yeah.
From what we saw yesterday in Respawn, definitely look good. Search and Destroy. I think that's where, again, you'll see this team potentially falter, which is kind of surprising. Zuma, a great Search and Destroy player.
Yeah.
Historically, at least. But that's where I think you need to really look at that FaZe Red squad and say that's what they need to work on.
How many of these rosters have gotten better since their original conception so far?
I mean, OG, yes.
OG has. Has
I'm
ON
going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes as well.
Simply because they're happy to play with each other now.
The Envy roster, I think that's better, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. FaZe Red, see, FaZe Red, this is where it gets tough. Because that FaZe Red squad was good.
Is it about the same? Does it have the potential to be better?
I'm going to say it's not better.
No?
Parasite and Aches, or Zuma and Hook. On a LAN environment.
In a big game.
In a big game? Yeah.
I probably want Parasite and Aches.
Right.
And then we can go down to the next one, kind of leading into there.
Yes.
TK. So TK ends up with Sharp, Nameless, Parasite, and Goon. They acquire Nameless for Envy. For Looney, obviously.
That was that trade earlier on.
Theory, he gets dealt somewhere down the line here. He's somewhere. He's on somebody's team.
He's a FaZe sub, actually, as it stands.
Oh, he's a FaZe sub. So
with Aqua as well.
So he's on FaZe Theory as a sub. Did this team get better? This is where I think we disagreed yesterday. I want to know if you're...
I mean, Sharp, Nameless, Parasite, and Goonjar. You've added Nameless and Parasite. Parasite, a fantastic player. But you got rid of Theory.
How good is Theory that much better than Nameless?
From what we've seen so far, yes. I think it's fair. Maybe not infinitely better.
So here's my argument. Is Theory that much better than Nameless that it kind of makes Parasite for Looney even? Because I think Parasite is better than Looney. How much better is Parasite than Looney?
More, I would say the skill gap is increased more with that. So yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe this team has got better.
I think they might have gotten just
a little bit better. Big question mark on teamwork though.
Nah, that's but I think I read that they're moving into the house, right? I think Parasite and Nameless are both going to the TK house.
Dude, that is super ironic because that's the house Parasite should have lived in when he was a part of Curse. That is the most ironic thing. Are you serious?
Yeah, and I think
that's amazing.
I think they'll all be there. Yeah. I would love to see the videos from this house.
Sharp may kill Parasite.
It'd be like the two.
Now you've told me that, I think this team's just got worse.
Why?
These 4 players in a team house.
I think they got better. I think they got a little bit better.
Knowing they're going to be in a team house?
That's 4 of these teams that's gotten better.
They have on paper got better, but the fact they're in a team house scares me a lot.
Oh, I'm basing this all on paper. There's like
that's a solid.
No, there's like
let's look at champs.
No, there's a 100% chance that team has no teamwork. Prophecy. We can talk about their roster for a second. What?
Nothing. No, it was
Spacely Study, Censor, Moach, and Apathy. You imagine that
there's 5 players.
Yeah, we don't know who the starters are yet. But they have 5.
They got that trade. They acquired the trade with the ON for Sensor, right?
You can't beat OG with 4. Let's add an extra man.
Teams gotta do what they gotta do, man. You look at that squad. Okay, let's think about this. Apathy and Sensor, they're a duo. They're 100% going to be starting in that team, right?
Mm-hmm.
They played with Study previously,
right? And then you need an AR player.
Maybe they pull in Zip. Then you look at Moach.
Moach is the most logical choice there. So Spacey would be the guy on the bench.
So as it stands, Study, Sensor, Moach, and App. Spacey on the bench.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Spacey, man. I feel like he's been traded more times.
Is that team better than
Pokemon?
Is that team better than Study, Apathy, Ricky, and Bose? Are Ricky and Bose better than what? Moach and Sensor? Why not?
You don't think so?
I think Ricky and Bose are pretty good.
I would say Ricky and Bose are better than Sensor and Moach.
Like you said.
Oh, I thought you said the other way around.
No, that's
yeah,
what
sorry.
I said,
yeah, I would.
So this is
I'd say
a team that may have gone.
But there's 5 players on that squad right now because they haven't officially announced the starters.
Right.
Suggests potentially we hear something about them in the next couple of days, maybe. Like I feel that that's weird.
At least like an official.
That's a
who's
weird
starting.
team.
At
Right.
least like who's starting officially.
That's a weird team.
Right.
As it is right now, that is a very, very strange team. Moving on, Elevate. That team, Classic, Select, TJ, and Temp. They released a tweet yesterday saying that this is going to be the starting team. They're comfortable with that, despite getting 50% of TR on their sub bench.
Good for them.
Which, yes, good for them. Put up, again, some great performances. We'll recap that later on in the show. But it's still kind of surprising, right? When you see a team actively make a trade for the bench, that's basically what they did, right? They made 2 trades for the bench.
Yep. Also the bench up. Why not? Then you have, nope, obviously Denal, no changes there. Clay, JCap, Tatch replays. They added Dito as a sub. And I think that's a good substitute pickup for
you guys, back in the cold days, EG days, you used Dito.
We use Dito's
we use
Dito's for a lot of like 2Ks.
Wasn't it when Aches was like banned, I want to say?
No, when Aches was banned, we actually used Vicento.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, you used Vicento.
We used Vicento when Aches was banned.
But Dito, great
Dito
player.
subbed a whole bunch of times for us, though.
Really good player. Probably just won champs, though. Can't see any team changes happening.
Justice, no team changes there. Octane, TCM, Method, Lawless. This team's been playing pretty well in the Pro League. Octane.
Been very impressed with Octane.
I think after this season, Octane probably ends up on a top flight team, I think.
I think a lot depends on the Season 2 champs.
How he does at LAN.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because right now, don't get me wrong, phenomenal player online.
If he plays well at LAN.
If he can carry that same performance through, hot asset right there.
Yeah.
Right. TCM Gaming, Judd, Gunchi, Moose, and Shane, no changes. And
they have Accuracy and Pac-Man as substitutes.
TCM will not make a change. I'm almost 100% sure they...
Pac-Man for Jerd. I'm calling it now. Put Jerd on the bench.
Go home, you're drunk.
No.
In all honesty, it's
yeah.
impossible for them to make a team change at this point.
Yeah.
Can't see it happening. Automatic Reload. Happy, Wheats, Burns, and Anticity. Now, they added Happy before really all the roster mania broke loose, but still massive rumors of Theory heading to that AR
I think
squad.
Theory ends up there. I'm just going to say it. I think
Theory
Theory ends up there. Maybe he gets traded for, I think they have, BL Fire and Remy on the bench. Maybe they work something out where they trade, like, Remy over to FaZe. And then...
that would make the most sense.
Right. And then I think, they'd probably...
Because then FaZe would have 50% of TR on that bench as well.
Yeah, I think they probably move, like Wheats to the bench for Theory.
Yep.
And they still hold on to Wheats.
I agree. I think that would be the logical thing, because right now Theory is a bench warmer for Team FaZe, but I expect to see that the roster move. There's still a few roster moves to be had.
I love what's written here.
What's that?
Rise Nation, Chino, Perplex, Vex, Legal. What are they doing? Did you write that?
I didn't write that, but that's amazing.
I don't know. Whoever wrote that,
amazing.
that's amazing. What are they doing? They're not winning.
The
They're
tied for
struggling a
last.
bit.
At 4
I
and
like
8.
those guys. They just can't win respawns, man.
Thoughts of selling?
No. I think Rise,
Right, at this point-
Rise fully.
At this point,
Rise is all in.
there's only one team who wants to buy a spot. TR. Obviously, the more teams are going to want to buy, but one team realistically who can actually buy the spots, TR. Haven't seemed to have much luck.
It would be a circus, though, because then you have to get all those players over there.
I mean, if that AR trade goes down, all you have to do is trade with FaZe and trade with Elevate.
It's true. It's true.
It's actually kind of easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be as difficult as they may have initially thought, but right now, at least, Rise not making any changes. They have a 1 in 10 hard point.
Yeah, 1 in 10
win-loss
hard
ratio.
point. And are there any moves until that you can release that you may have heard of?
Roaster Mania is going to happen today.
Write
Again.
something down you can look at.
I'm telling you people right now. Give it. What time is it right now? 3:20. 20. If in 2 hours, yes. 100%. If in 2 hours, the trade which Matt has written down on that piece of paper hasn't gone down,
Scribbling it off so nobody else can see.
it's probably a good idea. If that trade hasn't gone down, I'll be extremely surprised. I don't want to say it because it's in confidence, but I can tell you guys right now that in 2 hours I expect Mania to occur again, and it isn't.
The apocalypse of Mania.
This is me being 100% honest with you. That trade that he wrote down was not Theory to AR.
Yeah.
Although I do expect that to happen.
I do expect that to happen.
Maybe not today. Maybe the next couple of days. But that one will be happening today, for sure. And it's going to surprise everyone. People,
Not me.
I tweeted it.
Not me.
Oh, come on. You looked at that and you were like, no way. You know you did. Don't even try and... They were trying that cool, calm, and collective. You were surprised when you heard that.
But now I know, so I'm not
But now you know.
surprised.
That is true. That is true. I'm excited for that. It's going to be funny. But anyway, have you got any intel?
Nah,
Besides...
other than that,
I mean, we speculated Embo's trade came through. Really, the only trades we're looking at right now, like the kind of the hot news at least.
like bench players of TR can get all together if... Really,
you look
really.
at AR...
An AR in theory.
AR FaZe trade. That would be the theory for Remy. That would be the trade I would look for between those two teams.
Yeah.
And then teams like what? Prof have 5 players on the squad. They need an announcement.
Some players have like 6. So, well, Prof just needs to
TK
announce their
yeah,
starters.
Envy have 6 players. Like,
Yeah.
stuff is going to change, that's for sure. For now, guys, though, quick commercial break. When we return, more talks a little bit about Mania, and then we're going to get onto a very interesting segment. Building the best map rotation in Call of Duty history. Be right back.